Hey, what's up, y'all? We getting started in just 1 second. All right, what up, good peoples? Welcome to Relationship Thursday. We are here. We are here to connecting with you, to build with you. We need you to do IG over there. We're here to help you grow and get some food for thought as we are on this nice Friday Eve. Give me 1 second so I can make sure we show ourselves.
Ain't shut up or nothing.
Yeah, I don't. I'm sorry. Yeah, work with me.
What's going on, everybody? We are here for another Relationship Thursday.
Yes, we are.
And this is going to be, as they all are, a good one. This is a good one. What's going on with this little thing looking all janky in the background? Lord have mercy. I'm going to turn that around. So
It really don't
it
matter.
looks so janky. It gets look halfway. You know what I mean? Not all the way.
It really don't matter.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I got it. You got it? Okay, you going to do it? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Whether you are watching on, I got it. Let me do it. On Instagram or YouTube or
We ain't on Instagram yet.
Zoom. Oh, we about to get on there. Whatever it is, this thing is crazy looking.
We good?
Welcome. What we talking about today, baby?
All right, y'all. So what we're talking about today is your relationship built on convenience or commitment? This one right here might be a touchy one. Just simply because sometimes people have these feelings, they have these thoughts, and they don't necessarily articulate these things because it will challenge you to confront a reality that might feel uncomfortable for you. So, again, today we're going to be talking about and examining whether or not your relationship is built on convenience or commitment. There's a number of ways in which people, come into a relationship, and the way you come into a relationship may not be the way that you exist in your relationship right now. And so it may have initially been from a place of convenience, and then it may have settled into a place of commitment, or it may have started out where you were actually trying to honor and establish a commitment. And so you go through the process of honoring that. And now after year upon year upon year of doing the same old, you find yourself in a space where it's like, yo, now it's more so about like convenience versus commitment. So today we want to examine, just exactly what that is, what that means, and where is it right now, so that we can help you to get some clarity about, what steps you need to take moving forward.
There's a whole lot of people in that category. They just sticking around because they pay bills together, because they got assets together. Because it's just too complicated to think about what I'm supposed to do. Just go out and get an apartment. Like they're just existing on convenience instead of actually trying to, make their relationship better.
Are we on live over there?
I've got this.
Okay. All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah. So if you find yourself in that space again, tune in tonight to just see where you at, and just what you need to do differently. But before we begin, y'all, let me ask this question: how are you feeling? Drop a comment in the chat. Let me know how y'all are feeling. What's your mental and emotional space today? Well, I want to ask you that question. How are
Me?
you? Yes.
I am blessed and highly favored.
Oh yeah.
I am.
Why?
I am. Because I just am. That's number one. But I didn't know this had all these things on here.
We're supposed to be live, boo, and
Yeah,
you
I'm-
over there playing games, yeah. Like she's over there scrolling through filters and stuff like that. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what
I
are you
didn't know it
doing?
had all
Yeah?
these things on here. You can look like you're at Christmas. You can have like little things flickering all around.
She getting distracted.
I'm not distracted.
That's that ADD.
No, but God has just been good. I've been able to have time to myself today, and talking to God, doing my walk, and just paying attention to the important things and being centered. And for me, being centered, getting centered, staying centered, all that is really important. So it's been good. It's been very
I
good.
see regular said blessed and highly favored.
Yes. Blessed and highly favored. So tonight, y'all, we are going to talk about if you are in a relationship or if you're in your marriage and your marriage or your relationship is based on commitment, the vows you took, the commitment that you entered into, not just on day one, but the commitment that you must recommit to every day, all day. And you have to make a decision. How many people know you got to make a decision sometimes every day, sometimes multiple times a day? What's up? Blessings to you. Like I'm doing this thing. I'm going to be kind. I'm not going to have an attitude. I'm going to show up. I am going to outdo my partner in giving and being considerate and modeling the behavior that I want to see. I'm not going to just focus on what they're doing, what they're not doing. I'm going to really show up and I'm going to show out. And sometimes we can find that, or at least I can, that I'm talking to folks, married folks, y'all, married folks, and they're not in that relationship based on the commitment. They in there out of convenience. They in there because they don't really know what else to do, because they ain't really trying to go and disrupt the comfort that they have, and they certainly don't want to actually do any real work to disrupt the funky patterns that they have. So they just sitting there chilling. They're sitting there chilling, and I don't quite understand it. I get it, but I don't understand how he's gonna live like that forever. If this comes down your lane, down your road just a little bit, I just want to know why. We're just gonna be like that forever, just being in a place out of comfort. I think everybody can experience that at given times in their relationship and in their life trajectory, that you find that you're sitting in a place. We can take it beyond marriage and we can look at our jobs and we can look at being in certain friend groups. Sometimes people stay in certain spiritual settings or churches and different places in their life, and you have outgrown it. You are not supposed to be there no more. You could do that job with your eyes closed and you're supposed to been on gone somewhere else, but you stay in the same place because it's convenient. That it's comfortable, and you know what to expect. And like that. I know I could be doing a little more. I could be doing a lot more, but I don't know if I feel like getting uncomfortable like that. And that's how people treat their relationships. That's how we treat our marriages. I don't know if I really want to stretch like that. And tonight we want to challenge you. We want to ask you to think about, are you really committed, and are you demonstrating your commitment day by day, not just to your spouse, but to God, to the one that you said you love, to your family, or are you just rolling out of convenience? You just want to be in your comfort zone.
So a number of people will probably say that I'm in my relationship, I'm in my marriage based off of both. It's convenient. I've actually heard people say, I ain't trying to be out here in these streets. I mean, it's kind of reckless. Ain't nothing out here. Yeah. And I would rather be in this committed relationship. And even though there's some level of dysfunction and we're not connecting the way in which I would like to, I would rather be here versus being out there on the streets. If you've had those thoughts, and your partner ain't on here, type of one in the chat.
It's your partner not on.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you're just like that. I would rather stay here because I'm not trying to deal with the foolishness. And that's a real thought and a real feeling.
Or they want to deal with the foolishness they know.
Yeah. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. And so, again, that might be your reality. And when I hear that, what it sounds to me like is that you're settling. You're okay with settling inside of your relationship, which becomes problematic because when you settle, then you basically turn your back on the possibility of growth. You turn your back on the option of like doing more. Like you become content with doing the least. And so as long as you reside in that space where doing less is your best, then again, you're gonna stay stuck. You're gonna stay stuck. And that's not ultimately where you should want to be, especially if you're trying to grow a healthy and happy relationship. I want to say this to the folks on IG. We got a challenge coming up next week. Actually type mindset in the comment. Type mindset in the comments and we'll send you a DM invite or invite. It's called 5 Days to More Effective Communication Challenge. Again, type mindset in the comment. I don't like this filter you got on.
Tisha Lavon. Hey. So let's do
You hear
some
what I
defining. I did. I just ignored you.
That filter is trash.
Well, It is what it is.
I don't like it.
That's great. Thanks for sharing. I'll pick another one next time. I try different ones every time. All right, y'all. So let's just talk about convenience and commitment. So this might seem obvious. We should all know what we're talking about, but I always like to define things because sometimes we be talking about two different things. Okay. And so when you are in a marriage, in your marriage, and you are still focused on your commitment, then you are prioritizing the well-being, the growth of yourself, your partner, the both of you, and you make sacrifices. You invested. You celebrating what's happening for them, and you're paying attention to what's happening for them. You're looking at the wins, not just for yourself, but of the relationship. You understand that the relationship needs things that you don't really care about. Here's some things that you need to do that don't really make you no difference, but a healthy relationship needs it. And so, because of that, you are willing to make the investment to go beyond just what benefits you. When you are in a relationship based on convenience, then you're likely avoiding change because you like the predictability, even of the foolishness. You are not willing to deal with challenges. You just like, you'll talk about it. It's probably some of y'all, some of your friends, people know, they know all the challenges, but you ain't really worked on it. And you ignore the things that bother you, that have bothered you for the sake of peace. So you think, for the sake of peace, I'm just going to ignore that. I'm not going to pay attention to that. And so the emotional growth is lacking. The emotional connection is lacking. The building together is lacking. You are simply there out of habit, out of fear, out of comfort, out of convenience. That is the difference, generally speaking, between being in a relationship because of commitment or because of convenience. Are y'all clear? We all together on the same page? Everybody got it? I hope so.
Yeah, I want to read this comment right here. I found myself going to y'all's page a whole lot this last month. I've been married 10 years and just found out my husband had a 3-month affair. This is hard. Counseling or divorce? Shaking my head. One of the things that I know, number one, is that we got a bunch of people inside of our community who've actually overcome infidelity, and so I know that it's possible, but it requires work, and a part of that work is actually being able to communicate about it. What I want to say is that if you can't talk about it, if you can't have honest conversations with yourself and your partner, then the likelihood of you being able to get beyond it, get through it, and heal to establish a better relationship is slim to none. I do think that coming to our 5 days to more effective communication challenge next week will be a good, way for you to be able to understand how to communicate about these challenging issues. Again, on IG, type in the comment mindset if you need help with communication and connection. Type in the keyword. Type in the keyword mindset if you need help with communication and connection.
Like,
again,
literally type the word mindset. Some people be typing keyword. No.
Yeah, type in mindset. And if you're on YouTube, go to blamchallenge.com, BLAM challenge.com.
Yeah. All right, so y'all, we're going to share with you just a few signs that you're in a marriage based on convenience. And if this is you, just look at it and say, dang, I need to do something about that. But the first place that we have to go is we have to go to a place of awareness, and we got to actually call it for what it is and acknowledge it. Not because we're trying to judge ourselves or judge the situation, but we can't change anything. We want to acknowledge. And so tonight we want you to see some of the things that might be signs that you are in a relationship or your marriage based on convenience. The first one is that you really don't, what's the best way for me to say this? You're really kind of indifferent about the future of your marriage. You're indifferent. You've gotten to a place in your marriage and in your relationship where you're like, we've been dealing with this, and it is what it is. And I hear people say this all the time. I'm not going nowhere. If he wants something to be different, if she wanted, then she need to do it. But I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure why people get into that place of like, I'm not doing that. Well, I actually do know why. But almost like, I'm not doing anything. They need to do something. They need to roll out or say what they want if they want to get a divorce. But I don't even care. I'm just doing me. I'm gonna focus on myself. And this is a tricky way to think that you are actually moving and growing somehow, but I'm just going to leave the relationship to the side. And so being indifferent about the future of your marriage, about what's happening, what are we doing? What am I doing as it relates to my relationship is a sign that you are in your marriage out of a place of convenience. And if that's you, you ain't working. Just because you say I'm focusing on me, don't mean that you're focusing on the right things, all of the right things that you need to focus on within yourself so that you can address what's happening in your life, which includes your marriage. Okay, so that's the first one. That's the first one. Feeling indifferent and kind of like tapped out, like it's whatever.
You know what? I'm wondering as we speak about this topic whether or not people might say I'm committed to the convenience of my marriage.
Mm,
And so it's like, I remain in this marriage because it's convenient, but a part of me even remaining committed is because it's convenient. And so there's value in the convenience of the familiarity. As we said a moment ago, the devil you know is better than the devil that you don't know. And I want to lift this piece up because some people um, don't have a problem with being in a relationship out of convenience. And so for those of y'all who are in that space, what we're saying is this, that if you desire to have a fulfilling relationship mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, if you desire to have that, then simply being committed for convenience ain't going to get you there. Because if it's convenient, then what it suggests is that you're settling and you're not doing the work to grow. And growth is inconvenient. I mean, there's no way to get around that. Growth is an inconvenient experience. It's an inconvenient reality because again, you're being pushed outside of your comfort zone to level up individually and collectively. And so if it's just about the convenience of existing, paying the bills, being in a functional relationship and managing the children, then what about your own personal evolution and then bridging that with your partner so that you all can collectively grow? There's nothing that's really convenient about that, with the exception of the fact that they're under the same roof as you in most situations. Other than that, it's y'all gonna bump up against each other. And so for those of you who are like, it's convenient and I'm cool, but that suggests to me is that you're willing to settle for less than in your marriage. And that might feel uncomfortable to hear, but you're not trying to stretch to have it be all that it can be. You're not gonna push. You're just going to be okay and take an apathetic approach to your relationship being where it is. And what we are challenging you to do is to stretch beyond where you currently are because we know that you can have more. It's not just based off of what we've helped other couples do, but it's also based off of what we've experienced ourselves.
Yeah.
There are conveniences in my marriage with my wife. There are conveniences there. But what I will say is that, like, I'm not stuck on what's convenient. I'm trying to push past that and challenge myself to grow. And I'm trying to challenge her to grow as well, too, because I want us to be better in a different space. We deserve that, y'all. Another way in which you will know that your marriage is more like built out of convenience is based off of the fact that y'all are operating in a place where y'all are more like roommates. Again, I spoke about this a second ago in terms of being in a functional relationship. It's about y'all living parallel lives. One person is ensuring that the kids are straight. The other person is making sure that the bills are getting paid, which is perfectly fine. But if that's solely how you all exist and that's solely how you all are operating and you all are functioning like roommates, some of y'all might not even be sleeping together. And if that's what is working for you and that's the way you all have chosen to structure your lives and structure your relationship, then, again, it's about, do these tasks get done? Do these obligations get met? It's not about mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical fulfillment. The financial piece may be squared away, but that heart stuff is not getting tended to. And the part of the reason why is because you're preoccupied with the convenient part of it of, I don't have to pay rent. I don't have to pay a mortgage. I don't have to split childcare costs. Again, you're focused on making sure that everything else stays intact financially, which is great, but you're not focusing on what actually matters most, not just to you all, but to your family as well. And I'm specifically speaking about the children. That's the connection. That's the connection. So if you find yourself in a roommate type relationship, then, you're probably there because it's about convenience. You want a man in the house with you. You want somebody that's going to lock the doors at night.
Who's gonna lock the
You want
door?
somebody that's going to take out the trash.
But look, some folks like that leads to the next one. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to start over. And it's interesting to me because sometimes when I've like coached, women, And I'm asking them, like, what's your experience day to day? Like, what are you getting out of your relationship? Um, they really talk about the fact that they really feel alone. They really don't spend time. They don't go on dates no more. They don't go on vacations. Uh, they don't have good conversations based on their friendship or anything like that. Um, like when they're looking, when I'm trying to see, like, what is here for you? What tastes good? What feels good? What still smells good? What's still good? What memories do you have? What things do you look forward to each year or each month or each quarter? It'd be dry.
Mm.
Then I ask myself, and I ask them. So you don't want to be alone. We've identified that. So you just need a warm body in the house. And I want to validate the fact that you know I can't remember what department, some federal department talked about the fact that loneliness is now an epidemic, and there are a lot of resources that are being put into helping people deal with loneliness. But I also want to just bring you all's attention to the fact that loneliness, you can be lonely in your marriage and you can be lonely as a single person. Being alone and being lonely are not the same thing. And so to presume that somehow it's better to stay in a situation where you are lonely, you know what I mean, and you don't have any real partnership or love or connection, to presume that that is better than finding, and I'm not saying what's better is to go and leave your marriage. I ain't saying that it's not. For some of y'all should have been gone. And for others, you should have been started to work on this thing so that you can have something better. But to presume that, oh, it's better just being lonely up in here like this with my partner and just staying in the same old stuck place, that's an error in your thinking. Because you can let go of what doesn't serve you for those who are in marriages and relationships that they should not be in, and make room for what God is trying to do with you, for you, through you, and in you. But you cannot make room if you got somebody in the house that you ain't supposed to be with. Mm. And for most of you who should be with the person you're with, but you really need to be challenged to go further, to dig deeper, to be more vulnerable, to work on this thing with your partner, I promise you that it's so much better once you start getting a little connection, once you start getting a little energy back between the two of you, once you start to get your friend back, than it is to be in a place where you are right, where you are defensive, where you want to be pursued and you want him or her to come and do it. And I just want to remind some of y'all who heard me say this before and share with some of you all for the first time. Do you want to be right, or do you want to be in a relationship? You can't have both. You got to pick one. Do you want to be right, or do you want to be in a relationship? And too many of us want to be right. We be right in the corner by ourselves with our own little defenses up, lonely. And we're helping our own selves to create that within ourselves. So not wanting to be alone, not wanting to start over, stop tricking yourself. You already feeling real lonely anyway. So you might as well do the work and make what you got better, or just roll out so that you don't have to be in that stuck place.
That's good, babe. Again, for those of y'all who are on IG, you can comment keyword mindset. We got a 5-day challenge coming up next week. It's called 5 Days to More Effective Communication. You want to make sure you're in the room because we'll help you navigate through some of this difficult stuff. And to make that bridge back towards connection.
Yeah.
Um,
And everybody else, go to blamechallenge.com. He act like anybody else. He just talking to IG today. Just y'all though.
no, I'm talking to everybody on here too.
YouTube and everybody else, go to blamechallenge.com. Blamechallenge.com and sign up. It's next week, every day, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's a free challenge. It's gonna be good.
Yeah. You mentioned a whole piece around not wanting to be lonely and just having somebody there. I think that another piece in reference to that, if you're staying just for the sex, then it's out of convenience too. And so I think that ties directly in, because a lot of people are probably watching this and you're married. Some people are not. And if you find, yourself remaining in a relationship or staying based off of the fact that you got access to booty, or you got, access to the P, like, it's,
Why you
yeah,
say the P instead of the D?
the P can go both ways. The P
The
can go
D.
both ways. So if you got access to the P,
Oh,
it can go both ways.
okay.
So if you got access to that, y'all, you might be staying based off of that. Number one, or at least you believe that ain't no other shenanigans going on, and so you can trust the fact that your partner is just with you, which is a legitimate reason. If you want to be fulfilled and satisfied physically.
You said
To
it's legitimate to stay just for sex?
No, I'm saying it's a legitimate reason why somebody would want to stay.
That's what I just said. That's what you
I'm trying to
said.
say it in a different way though.
Hmm.
I'm just saying that it's a real
You're going
reason.
against your point.
No, it's a real reason. Again, I wanna lift up that these are very real things that people articulate. I don't want to be out here in these streets, and so I'm not sleeping with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. I want to be with the person that I know.
Yeah.
That's a very real thing, and so you stay based off of that. But as I mentioned a moment ago, that ain't enough. It's not enough. It's more to a relationship than that. And I want you to experience the fullness of what a relationship has to offer. And so to stay just for that is out of convenience. And if convenience is what you're aiming for, then go to CVS.
Uh-uh. Not CVS.
Yeah, it's go elsewhere.
What's up, Baye?
Hey, what's up,
Find
bro?
out. He said he sees that daughter on campus all the time. Whoop, whoop. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's you wanna make sure that it's more than just that. And so, again, get beyond the convenience factor. And when it comes to intimacy and stuff like that, branch it beyond just the whole physical piece. And there should be some mental, emotional, and spiritual element to that as well.
Mhm. All right, y'all. I'm just curious. We got one or two more, but I'm just curious as to, is anybody here willing to say like, yeah, I'm probably just hanging out for convenience. If that's you, type of one in the chat. I just want to know if your partner not on
Think
here.
somebody gonna say it?
I don't think so.
I think somebody will.
I just want to know. I mean,
I think somebody on the gram gonna say it.
you can't change anything you won't acknowledge. You just can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You just can't. So I want to know if that's you. Type of one. Type of one. Type of one. While you typing a one for those, DM us a one. Do that.
Somebody on YouTube might say it too.
or even on YouTube. Type of one. Like I said, DM us a one. It's important for you to be able to see how you're moving and how you're rolling, and to not then to just shift back. Oh, dang, that is me. Dang. Let me go over here and stir these greens like it just wasn't nothing. Like we just ain't telling you nothing. We telling you something that will change your life if you catch it. Like, damn, I don't want to be living like this. Like right now, it might not hit the same because we busy with the kids, or I'm busy at work, or I'm busy with this. But then when things start to settle down, you're like, this is not good enough. I want to feel more. I want to have more. I want to experience more with the one that I love. It's not going to feel the same. It's not going to be sustainable. So sometimes you don't feel things as intensely because of what you got going on in your life at that time, but it will be coming. I saw somebody said something nice. Thank you, Scorpion Queen. All right. Thank you for that. Thank you for the love. So, a couple of other reasons or signs that you are staying in your marriage, or you are in a marriage based on convenience, rather than commitment, is because your mama said that's what you're supposed to do. Wow, 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 wow. Because you done called your mom and told her about what he be doing and how he be rolling for a minute now. Like for a minute. You've been like year 1, year 7, year 11, year 15. Now you're on year 21. You called her, she said the same thing. And so at some point you got to be able to learn to trust your own gut. You got to be able to, she said, you stop making problems and stop making issues. And he's a good man and he does this and he does that. You know what I mean? And so then you kind of get back into formation. You're staying or you are settling because of your family expectations, because of conditioning about what you're supposed to do and not supposed to do. You know what I mean? And you get at some point, you got to learn to trust yourself. Somebody type in the chat at some point. At some point, I can't be looking to my mama, to my friends, to what the pastor say, to what people on YouTube say, not even to what I use Aniana say. What do I feel in my gut? What do I need? What is okay with me and what is not okay with me? What I might have been able to negotiate at 26 and 39, I'm here now, 48 and 57, or whatever age you are, and I ain't doing that no more. I'm just not doing it no more. It's not okay anymore. It's all right to evolve, y'all. It's all right to grow. So don't stay or don't settle because of what family says or because of what other people's expectations are of you. I hear so many people say, we're the ones in our community or we're the ones in our family that people look to. I hear that all the time. I think to myself sometimes everybody must be the people that everybody look to because damn near everybody come to us say we the ones that everybody look to.
People do be banging that John.
People say that all the time.
A lot of people say that. I'm the one.
I'm the one.
And I believe it. I believe it.
But I'm like, I think everybody, we all think, and not that we're not, but we all put that in our minds, like we're the ones that everybody looks to. So we put this pressure on ourselves that we can't show any kind of, vulnerability or that we have some stuff going on. When in reality, your cousins say the same thing. We the ones everybody come to. Your sister say the same thing. His uncle say the same thing. Y'all all the ones everybody go to. And if everybody would just get real, then maybe everybody can heal. Lord have mercy. You know what I mean? A lot of people say that. A whole lot of people say that. And then the last one I have, my husband may have another one, is that you make decisions based on ease, not love. You don't make your decisions out of love for self, love for your partner, love for your family, love for God. You do them based on ease. You look for the path of least resistance. You don't have a lot of fortitude. You don't have a lot of internal stamina and emotional strength because you just don't want to deal with all that. And the more you have done that, the more you do it. And so you just make decisions based on ease. And that's a bad pattern to cultivate because it becomes really difficult to break it. But you can break it. You can break it. And be in a relationship based on commitment, based on connection, based on communication, based on love, not ease. Not ease.
I'm glad you said that because that was going to be my question. Just because you exist in a relationship based on convenience, are you, is that your final destination? Do you have to stay there? Do you have to stay stuck? And what my wife just lifted up is that no, you don't. The choice is really up to you. And so if you want to experience something different, you got to do some things different. And if you want to just be in a space where convenience is actually what you aspire to or that you want to embrace and just live there, then that's the decision that you make. But don't go like being dishonest with yourself. Like don't talk about like you want connection, you want intimacy, you want to be able to have that bomb type love when the reality is that really you just want a functional relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You just want a warm body. You just want somebody to be there. I mean, for that matter, you can get a dog.
Oh, sorry.
Some of y'all might say I already got one, and his name is.
You talking about? You talking to be funny?
Yeah, that joke went over my wife's head. But but again, it's more than just having a person. If you want to experience something different, you got to be intentional. I see Tisha Lavon drop, get real so you can heal, Blam Core. Yeah, that's the community. That's what we do in the space that we curate, is we help folks to do that. Get real so you can heal. But if you're unwilling to be real with yourself, you ain't gonna heal.
That's right. That's right.
Or you're gonna have what it is that you're experiencing, which is a relationship based or built on convenience.
Oh, have mercy. Especially around this time of year. I was trying to think of this the other day. I was talking to my daughters on the phone, and I was trying to think of that term. Somebody on here gonna remember and tell me because I don't be remembering stuff. What is it, y'all? When it's winter time, it was a whole TikTok people was doing back in the day when it gets cold outside and you need somebody.
What is it? A winter bay, holiday bay, vacation bay?
It's not that. It was a song that everybody was like doing. We did the dag on TikTok dance to it or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go back and find that. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like I don't know that I have no idea what the term is. I must really be getting old. Y'all don't know? Instagram, YouTube, Blamely. Where you just want somebody just because it's cold outside. It's like you get bunned up. You want to get bunned up because it's cold outside, so you want to keep somebody with you. You find
Cupping
somebody.
season.
Thank you. Cupping season.
I thought it was cuffing.
No, it's cuffing.
Yeah.
It's cuffing. It's cuffing. Yes. Cuffing season. Yeah. So some of y'all like that in your marriages. Thank you. I could not remember what that was. And y'all just like that's just the life you live right now. Because it just feel better. I was talking to my daughters. I was like, yeah, that's what the people. I don't know. We were talking about relationship stuff. And one of my daughters was like, that's a good idea. I was like, it's not a good idea. Why are you saying that? So everybody, don't be in a relationship.
You triggering me right now. My wife, she triggering me, yo.
I was like, you know, I'm not tell your daddy that, but it just came out. She was just playing, boo. She was just playing.
No, she ain't playing.
Yeah, she playing. Kind of. So everybody, be intentional. I'm tired. I look tired as mud. Yeah, no, this filter ain't quite it.
It's not it. Like, I
know.
don't ever do that again, boo.
This filter
Like,
is
you don't need
making-
no
making
filter.
us look- I like to use different filters.
You don't need no filters, yo.
It's not.
It's
whether
bothering
you
me.
think I need it or not,
too
I
much
like to use
fakery.
it. I like it. Now, somebody tell me what the good filter is to use. Okay?
too much fakery going
Somebody
on.
tell me on here. It ain't about fakery. I'm telling everybody I use a filter. I ask people, give me your filter recommendations. Because I like them. So everybody, Regular said, never heard of that Miami. Regular, yes, you have. It's that humble brag. It's that show off. Like, it's so hot and warm here all the time. We don't have that cold stuff. That's how we be out here in California. Regular, like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was on the phone the other day. I was talking to my daughter. She's in Atlanta. She was like, gosh, Mom, like, it's 50 degrees this morning. Oh my goodness, which is really not that bad. I was like, really? She's like, yeah, and the high today is just like, 60 something, whatever. I was like, oh, well, I thought it was cold here because it was like 65 in the morning and the high today is 90.
That's that flex. Humble
Yeah,
flex.
like, it's just so hot here. But anyway, everybody, that's off topic. We want y'all to come and hang with us next week, October the
21st through the 25th. Go to
25th.
blamchallenge.com.
Yes.
5 days to more effective communication challenge. You want to make sure you're going to be in the room. It's going to be fire. If you're on IG, comment,
Wow.
keyword,
That's what you're saying.
mindset. Comment, keyword, mindset.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure we DM you. Or you could DM us the word mindset.
Or just go to blamchallenge.com. It was 30 this morning, Lana. I think she did say something about 30 the other day or something. She was like, this is too much. And I'm like, we've been in California all of 5 years. We from the DMV. Okay. So we used to cold. She act like she don't know. But at the end of the day, y'all, we all gotta act like we know and be intentional. Be intentional in what we do day to day, personally, relationally, and all those things. We see you next time. We want to see you on Monday night in the room for the 5 days to more effective communication challenge. Make sure you sign up. Blamechallenge.com. Type mindset in the chat. IG. Blamechallenge.com.